Giancarlo Esposito, who is, characteristically, or he's always very enthusiastic about his work and his life, and especially when it comes to Mandalorian. So, Jim, I know you pulled some clips from this for us, because there are a few little nuggets in here that we might be able to extract.
For sure. We'll start off with the first thing he says. It's just in casual conversation with the reporter and the kid. They hand him a Baby Yoda toy, like a plushie. And he's playing around with it, and he starts rapping about Baby Yoda. He starts dropping information about Baby Yoda, and he's kind of off mic here, so it's a little hard to tell. Throughout this entire interview, they don't have Giancarlo mic'd for crap, but you'll hear him talk about Baby Yoda, and he might be revealing some implications and impact the little guy might have on season 3.
This child has magic powers, 50 years old, and can see the future. And we want everyone to know, eventually on this show, that this child could save our universe.
Okay.
So what he said, what I heard was, so this child has special powers.
Yes.
That was one thing. And he said, on our show, what we want everybody to know is that he, what was the last bit? He can heal the universe, save the universe.
Yes.
Save the universe.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I don't know if he's speaking like in hyperbole, or just like filling in details about Baby Yoda he assumes is consistent with all Force users, like seeing the future. I mean, Baby Yoda has given us no indication that he can see the future. Right. But it seems like that's a fairly common thing with Jedi, where they can sense things before they happen.
Right.
As Qui-Gon Jinn said.
See things.
See things before they happen.
Right.
But you don't really know if Giancarlo is speaking in terms of solid reality or just kind of this idealized version of Baby Yoda he might be thinking.
Now, if Jimmy Mack and I were there, it'd be like, is that specifically?
Right.
In generality? What?
Whoa, Esposito, rewind. Rewind.
That's
Back it up.
Yeah.
Back it up, Esposito. Beep, beep, beep. Back it up.
Because we're not a cute kid, he'd hightail it out of there as soon as we started grilling him for a follow-up.
Well, as I listen to this interview, I mean, I can tell he's being very deliberately careful about things he says.
Yeah.
Now, the stuff he says about Baby Yoda, it appears to have been happening before the interview proper actually begins. Thus, he's way off mic. He's just meeting these people. They hand him the plushy Baby Yoda, and he just starts talking. He sees a kid. And he's talking in very hushed tones. He turns it on a little more once the interview starts going. The next question they have for him is, will we see him in season 3? And keep in mind, he's holding the plushy Baby Yoda when they ask him this question.
Yes, you're going to see me kill this baby. How about that? It's totally wrong.
I love it. I love it. He's got the kid there.
You hear like
he's holding the kid's. It's not just any Baby Yoda. It's the kid's own personal. Plus, he probably sleeps with it. And Esposito's just holding it by the ears.
Yeah. I think he's holding by the neck at this point, like squeezing.
Yeah,
the
you're
little
going to see
kid's
him.
Eyeballs are bulging out of his head.
You're going to see me kill him. That's what you're going to see.
Play that again and listen for the psychotic laugh after he says he's going to kill the baby.
You're going to see me kill this baby. How about that?
How about
it's
that?
Totally wrong.
How about that? How about that?
Oh, that's funny.
What do you think of that, funny. Kid?
Well, like I said, people have fun being scared.
All right.
I probably scared the pants off of that kid.
Oh, man.
But so he's just kidding around. But they get into serious question and answer with him, and they ask him if season 3 will start shooting this year. Now, I think I reported here on RFR last week that I believed season 3 had already begun shooting. Mm-hmm. And I think it has. I just don't think Giancarlo's been called onto the set quite yet. But they ask him, will season 3 start shooting this year? And listen to the way he answers the question, and then I will analyze the way he answers the question.
All right.
Yes, they just finished information. They just finished shooting Boba Fett, and soon they will start on season 3 of Mandalorian.
Okay. So he's telling us what we know. They just finished shooting on Boba Fett, which was like a month ago when they wrapped that up. Because you had Tem in the hot tub in New Zealand, That seals the deal.
Yeah.
That shooting is completed. Oh, New Zealand. Oh, my bones are aching. Okay, but I love that video of Tem, too.
It's great.
Boba Fett in a hot tub. But let's play this again because Giancarlo slips up at the very beginning. He doesn't say they finished shooting Boba Fett. He says we. And then he corrects himself real fast. Listen.
Yes, they just finished information. They just finished shooting Boba Fett, and soon they will start on season 3 of Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah, and then he goes, information.
Yeah,
like,
information. What can I say? What can I say?
Right.
That's what he was doing.
Yeah.
He was trying to think. What can I say? Because he goes, yes. He says, yes, they just finished shooting. He corrects himself so super fast, but not that fast. Not so fast that I can't pick up on his slip-up.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see Moff Gideon in the book of Boba Fett.
I was just going to say.
I predict it right now.
I think you're right. And something we haven't really talked about is will the book of Boba Fett lead right into season 3 of The Mandalorian? I predict it will. I think you're right.
Yes.
And we'll see Moff Gideon as part of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So... Giancarlo slipping up a little bit there. Thought you could get away with it. You had a little kid in front of you, huh? Trying to throw him off the scent by threatening to kill Baby Yoda. No, we're on top of you, Giancarlo. We're studying everything you have. We are Zapruder filming you, my man. So
Back
Giancarlo,
and to the left. Back and to the left.
Oh, God. And so in our final clip, Giancarlo is asked if Pedro Pascal's busy schedule, if that's going to slow down production at all, because I think Pedro's shooting some Netflix show right now or something. I don't know the name of it, but from what I understand, he's been pretty busy with that, since late spring, early summer. So let's hear what Giancarlo Esposito has to say about Pedro Pascal's busy schedule.
I don't know what Pedro's up to. We never have to wait on Pedro because
that's what I was wondering. He's going to be more off the helmet.
I can't speak to that. I mean, I know he'd love to be more off the helmet, but his job is to be in the helmet. That's the deal.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that he has worked out something to do his other show and come back and do us.
I love Giancarlo Esposito.
He's great.
I love him in interviews. He's so real. Mm-hmm. And you can tell the guy is like an actor's actor. He's one of those old school actors where it's his craft, it's his trade. And he talks about it. He doesn't talk about it in those terms like a lot of actors do, like it's some sort of magic trick. And I love that he's just like, Pedro, we don't wait on Pedro. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what that guy's up to. He'd like to be in the helmet, but let's face it, his job is to be in the helmet. So I don't know. I think it does lend Jim a little bit of credence. And there were a lot of rumors that at the end of season 2 that there was some sort of falling out, and they got a lot of the rumors got kind of, I think, blown out of proportion. He stormed off set. He was fired, whatever. But I do think that there is there's enough smoke to indicate that Pedro is less than satisfied with the limited face time he gets in the role. And that it seems like it's not lost on his fellow actors. And I think Giancarlo might be alluding to it a bit here.
For sure. I think that's the first real confirmation we heard those rumors about Pedro Pascal and that dang helmet that they make him wear.
Yeah.
Because really, Pedro struggles with that helmet so much, any scenes where the Mandalorian isn't standing still or sitting down, you're almost guaranteed it's not Pedro Pascal in that armor. And he's just
you
doing
say that
voiceover work.
you can tell.
I can tell.
You can tell when it's Pedro.
I can tell when
What
it's
are the
Pedro.
tells? What do we look for?
Now, like Pedro's not like a big stocky guy or anything, but I think that his stunt doubles are really slim, trim guys. And when Pedro was wearing that costume, I just noticed a little more substance under the armor plates.
Okay.
I just there's just something about the way he sort of fits into that armor that makes me identify when it's Pedro. It happened a couple of times during season 2. I can't always tell,
Yeah.
but I really
It's not as
believe
obvious
that-
as like when you see those promo shots of Vader and you know it's Hayden Christensen Vader.
Right. You can always tell it's Hayden, and you know how you can always tell when it's Hayden? At least this is the case with the Revenge of the Sith era Vader armor, is the shoulder pads extend out beyond his arm. So you can see where on David Prowse, it fits flush against his arm.
Right.
The shoulder pads come flush down. But with Hayden, you see it kind of sticks out a little bit on the sides. Look at pictures, Revenge of the Sith promo pics, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Plus, it doesn't seem like the garment that he wears under the armor really fits him as tightly as it did David Prowse. I just feel that there's a little more like a looseness to the entire ensemble. And I think the reason they extended those shoulder pads was to fill out the frame more, so it didn't look like a slim Vader, especially in that final scene when they're standing on the Star Destroyer.
Yeah, and I mean,
it comes in from the back. You have to have a big, broad-shouldered Vader standing there.
I mean, to give Hayden a little bit of, I mean, the guy, I mean, if you look at him in Revenge of the Sith, there's some, he does have some kind of topless, shirtless, I guess, one moment, and he did bulk up, but but Dave Prowse, I mean, he's Dave Prowse, and I mean, this is a guy that could have been Conan the Barbarian. I mean, we're
Olympian,
talking, right.
He was, and he was competing in all those Mr. Universe competitions with Schwarzenegger and stuff.
Lou Ferrigno,
he was a big dude, and like world-class big dude when he played Darth Vader. And Hayden he's an athlete. He's like a all-world tennis player. He could have gone pro when he was younger if he didn't become an actor. But he definitely is in great shape, and he looks great, but he's just really slim compared to Darth Vader.
Right.
So they needed a little bulking up in the suit for him to be convincing.
He looks bigger than me if I was in the Darth Vader costume, but...
No, we're definitely going to see more Hayden as Vader.
Yeah.
So let's see how that goes. I mean, maybe they'll get a Vader, armor that fits him a little bit better around the arms. Maybe he won't need all that optical enhancement going on with extended shoulder pads and stuff. We'll see.
Who knows?
We'll see. I'm looking so forward to seeing him as Vader, by the way, too.